Hey guys, Isabel here. We are back for another book review. So for this book review, we are reviewing Blackbird by Anna Carey. So if you don't remember, this book is, the description says, things I know are true. I'm in Los Angeles. I woke up on the train tracks at Vermont Sunset Station. I'm a teenage girl. I have long black hair. I have a tattoo of Blackbird on my right wrist with the code FNV02198, and people are trying to kill me. But the full description of it says, you don't know who they are, but they do. You wake up on a subway track in Los Angeles with no memory of who you are. A backpack is at your feet. Inside is a fresh set of clothes, $1,000 in cash, a phone number, and the instructions, do not call the police. As you try to figure out your identity, the questions swirl. What is your name? How did you get there? And what is the meaning of the tattoo on your wrist of a blackbird and the code FNV02198? There's only one thing you know for sure. People are trying to kill you. From the author of the Eve trilogy comes a breathless story of a girl racing to figure out who she is and how to stay alive. So I think I rated this book a 6 out of 10 because not only, it was good. I'm not gonna lie, I do love a good mystery book about, someone waking up with no memory of who they are and trying to figure that out on the way, and as they go type of thing. But one of the it made me so frustrated trying to figure this shit out because, Beanie, what are you doing? Because I had such a hard time fucking just reading through it, because not only was there a shit ton of cliches, but it also made me fucking angry at the end, and I'll talk about it in a minute. But pretty much it just goes on to explain, oh, this girl woke up and she's trying to figure out what the fuck is going on, because she doesn't know who she is or where she is, and, trying to figure out how to survive, because there's people after her trying to kill her and whatnot. I love a good mystery book like that, don't get me wrong, but the fact that you figure out the fucking cliches soon after you read it, it gets pretty predictable and kind of disappointing. Not to say that I was disappointed by reading this book. I'll admit it was pretty interesting to read. But the fact that the fucking ending left off at not only a cliffhanger, but one of the fucking cliches that happens, which is one of my which is you should have fucking known, how did I not know that type of thing, is, I don't want to spoil it, but it has to involve a boy that she met or that she bumped into. And then you come to find out that boy is not who he says he is. And then you don't get to know much after that. So, yeah, it's very I'll also admit that it just confused the shit out of me kind of halfway through. I'm reading it, trying to figure out, what's going on, and she's trying to figure it out. You get flashbacks here and there, and, she'll get dreams and memories of, oh, there was this guy that she kissed 1,000 times before that she must have been with, and then there was a guy, or she was at some kind of funeral from someone close that she knew. It might have been, her brother or something, or, a parent or something, but she doesn't know. And then there's something about an island, and something about people doing experiments on, or people getting experimented on, and something about these scientists, and something about her being a arson criminal from her old life that she doesn't know shit about, and wanting to go to the police, but not wanting to go to the police and trust them, but that she does it anyways, and it tells them everything, and they are not really believing it, and then you get mad at that because you tell her not to fucking go to the police in the first place, and then, the police try to work with her, and then they figure it out, but then they find out that she's a wanted criminal. It's just a lot of back and forth, and honest to God, it made me mad, because I'm still, trying to trudge through, what the fuck is happening? I'm confused trying to figure out who this chick is, and, what this guy has to do with it. And then also the reason I gave it the rating that I did is because I was so mad, because I thought it was going to leave me at a cliffhanger with no second book. There is a second book, so I have to buy that now and fucking read it. The book is $10, but I'll have to wait for that because I have so much shit I have to buy when my check comes anyway, so I don't have time to buy it right now. So yeah, there's a sequel to this, which I didn't know, so that's why it made me angry, because it left me off at a cliffhanger. But I'm hoping that the second book, so it's an easy read, I'm hoping the second book will get me through, what the fuck happened. Because in the ending, she finds the guy, or she ended up running away from the guy she bumped into, and was going on a train station and running away from her problems and starting fresh, because whatever. And then it ends off of just oh, she somehow mysteriously found the guy from her dreams. we still don't know who the fuck this guy is, because all it literally says, I don't know if this is a spoiler or not, and if it is, I'm sorry to spoil it, but literally all it says is, let's see, I'm trying to find it. So the guy pushes out, grabbing a pack from the floor beside him. He brushes himself off and stands. He plucks a ticket from his pocket and turns face up, trying to catch the side of the board. His eyes meet yours, and you are suddenly the only two people there. They're his eyes, brown, liquid, and warm. His cheeks, his lips, which you've kissed 100 times before, the top dipping in a deep V, the 2 freckles on his right cheek. His hair is longer, covering his brows, but you know him anywhere. The bottom of his shirt is ripped, his pants are covered with dirt, and you look down at his wrist and you can see it peeking out behind a plastic watch. The square has its own numbers, its own symbol that you can't quite decipher what it is. You watch him watching you, taking in your clothes, the sleek bun, the scarf around your neck. You pull back the leather wristband, showing him the tender skin inside of your wrist. You hold your hand so no one else can see. You, he finally says. It's you. Then he smiles, and you can barely breathe. You feel so much for this person, the stranger, the boy from your dreams. You're here, you say, as he comes towards you. You're real. And that's all it fucking leaves you, so I don't know who the fucking boy is, and that's the only way, that's the only reason why it made me so angry, is because she dreams so much about this fucking boy who she's been, like, escaping with in the past life of, like, because she's on the island that the scientists kept her and this boy, and I guess, like, they've been together and have escaped together or whatever, and then she has this little brother, which she doesn't talk anything about, or a little bit about, and there's something about a funeral. I'm just, like, half the time it's just, like, my fucking brain hurts. Like, I did enjoy reading this, and I'm glad there's a second book, which I'm gonna enjoy reading too, but I'm just like very fucking confused, and I'm very angry. So yeah, 7. I mean, it's still a good rating. 7 out of 10, I think, is what I rated it. You know, aside from the fucking cliches and the stupid confusion of her whole life story, which was making my head hurt. I don't remember if I said the book I was gonna read after that. So that's because I was going to read Cruel Summer, which is Ryan is looking forward to spending the summer with his old school friends at Katie's luxurious Spanish villa. He hasn't seen them all since their friend Janie committed suicide a year ago, and he's hoping this summer they'll be able to put the past behind them and move on. But then someone arrives claiming they have proof that Janie's suicide was murder. Ryan was hoping for sun, sea, and sand, and suddenly he's facing a long, hot summer of death, drama, and deceit. Unfortunately, I've already finished reading this book too, so which is why I'll just do a separate one for this one, because I have another book right here. So yeah, I've been reading a lot of books lately, so if you get a whole bunch of book reviews, I'm so sorry, but I really enjoy these, and I like doing these a lot, and I see that you guys enjoy them too. If you do enjoy them, then let me know. If you don't, I guess comment, and I will slow them down, I guess, and only do it for books I really liked or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, that's basically it for this one. I hope you all enjoyed. Everything's down in the description, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.